Hello my friends, welcome back. My apologies for not getting a Deal It Up challenge up for last week, but it was New Year's Day, so we'll just move along and bring you one today. So we are still working on our 52 cards, playing cards, faux playing cards. These are the ones that I've done so far, so we've done 6. We have a very long way to go. Please let me know if this gets a bit boring doing just the cards and I can switch it up. But I'm actually really enjoying doing the cards. I hope you do too. But if this is not your thing, we also have our regular prompt that dictates what you want to make if you don't want to make a faux playing card. So feel free to do whichever you choose. And that may vary week to week. Like you may not want to do a full deck of playing cards, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to. The jury's out on whether I will actually do a full deck of 52. I probably will, but it may not be consecutively. Like we may take a break at some stage. But let me know what you think, how you're going. If you're still enjoying it, if we need to mix things up, make things a bit different. I'm all up for varying things just to keep it fresh and fun. If you're new to this challenge, you've never seen it before, then just hang out with us. You'll soon pick it up. It's very, very simple, really. So these are my cards that I've done so far. I'm just going to pop those aside. Perhaps I should show you. I can't remember the prompts. This was the last one that we did before Christmas, I think, or after Christmas. I can't even remember. After Christmas, I think. It was boho. We had to use lace, a bowl of something with a number on it. And as a faux playing card, it was 5 of hearts. But yeah, I already can't remember some of these prompts, what they were. So just a quick little look at what, that was the first one we did in this series. I remember it had a button and something pointing. Apart from that, I can't remember. So let's just pop those aside. Let's crack into today's challenge. So going to pull prompts. Now I have played with the lighting. I've bought another wee light and toned down my big light to try and get them to balance. So let me know if it's better, worse, or you don't really notice any difference. Yeah, still trying to tinker. Over time we'll get there, won't we? But as long as it's watchable is the main thing. You know, it needs to be watchable without any really big issues. So let's pull our first prompt for this challenge. So let's go this one. Oh, we're doing white on white. I know some of you find that quite challenging, and so do I. Like, it is challenging, but that's the name of the game. It's a challenge, and we shouldn't be afraid of a challenge. And even if it doesn't look good, you know, if you're not happy with it, it's just good to experiment, to go outside your comfort zone, and you might find your new love, something you absolutely love the look of and the effect that you never expected. Okay, let's go. Whoops. There were 2 there. I don't need 2, so I'll just put one of those back. And we're going to use scrapbook paper. So it could be a 12 by 12 sheet. It could be scraps, 6 by 6. If you don't have any scrapbook paper at all, just substitute a decorative page of some sort, whether it's a digital or a patterned paper from a magazine. So, you know, if you don't have scrapbook paper, I can't imagine that anybody does have absolutely none, but if you don't have any, just substitute. Like it's not gonna like fail the exam, because there's no exam. So just do what you need to, what you want to, and just try and go with the prompts. And if you have to leave a prompt out, well, so be it. It's not the end of the world. Right, so our next card, I'm just giving very light shuffles here. Let's go that one. I'm tending to go for the middle of each stack of cards, aren't I? Got crumbs of something on my desk. Very distracting. Patterned inside of an envelope. Okay, that should be relatively easy. So definitely not white though, is it? So white on white doesn't mean everything has to be white. It just means there has to be some white on white somewhere. Right, our next prompt, this is the one that will determine what you want to make, or what you will make if you don't want to make the faux playing card. Or you can do both. You can do a faux playing card and whatever this prompt is. So your choice. Within the set of prompts, there's always choices to be made. Right, so if you're not making a faux playing card, you might make a masterboard. Cool. Now I started last week a masterboard challenge, so if you haven't checked that out and you're interested in a different type of challenge, maybe this one's not for you, but you like the sound of a masterboard challenge, then the last video for last week is launching a new challenge on making masterboards. And this time we are not doing a random draw for the faux card that we are playing. I've chosen a card for a very specific reason, which I will relay as we go through this video. For now, I'm just going to reveal what it is, and it is the Ace of Spades. Okay, so that's going to be the card that we're making today. Now, one thing I didn't grab out was my base. Oops. I'm only half prepared. It must be a new year. I'm all over the place. So, I don't even know that I've got one pre-cut. So, I'm just going to grab out my original one that I did. Sorry if you can't hear me properly. I was turned away from the camera. I'm just hunting for a bit of cardboard that's not wide enough. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, I'm sorry that I'm a bit absent. Is this going to be wide enough? It's a pizza box, frozen pizza box. Yes, that will work. So darker, different card to what I've been using. That's fine. Let's just, since I haven't got one ready, let's go ahead and do it. So you can make your faux card, if you haven't been playing along so far, you can make it whatever size you like. You can make it the size of a normal playing card, bigger, smaller. Smaller I think would be really fun. I just chose my original one to be this size, and so I'm going with that so that all my cards end up the same size. And in case you're wondering, if you haven't followed along, it is just over 4¼ inches, or in centimeters it is 11 centimeters by 13½ centimeters, or just over 5¼ inches. That's my size. You do whatever size you like. Right, just gonna cut this bit off to make it easier to deal with. And I round my corners because, like all of these playing cards, these real ones have rounded corners. So I have rounded corners as well, but you don't have to. You could snip them or leave them square. Or you could mix it, like you don't have to do them all the same if you don't want to. I just like the idea of having a matching set. This one's going to be different because it's got a different coloured cardboard back on it. Let's get rid of that bit. So how is everyone? How's the new year treating you? Is it full of exciting things? Is life back to normal yet, or are you still on holiday? Still enjoying those holiday vibes? I'm getting back into it. I wouldn't say I'm completely there. This week I'll probably be completely back into it because it's the first, the first full week after the holidays. So, and that's probably true for a lot of people. Okay, so here's my base, just a bit of scrap card. Right, and I like to do the back of it first. So this is going to be the Ace of Spades. I am so unprepared. I didn't even grab my stamps out. goodness. I feel like I'm really out of the swing of things, which is so super weird, considering it hasn't really been that long. So I've got these suit stamps here. If you don't have anything like this, then you can print it off on the computer. You might have another stamp set or a stencil, or you could draw the symbols. Whatever you can do. So that's the spade there. I haven't used the spade of this set yet. So let's pop the diamond back in there so we don't lose it, because I lost my club for about a week. I couldn't find it. Found it stuck on the back of another stamp set. Fortunately, I found it. Right, so that's how we spade. And I'm going to use black ink. Grab out my acrylic block. And I need the A. So grab my alphabet stamps. So far I've been using the same stamp set for the numbers and the letters. I envisage I'll keep that going. Right, so let's grab the A out. The A for the ace. Right, so first up, before we do that, I like to stencil. What colour? So we've got white on white. I do not have white ink, so I'm not going to stencil with white ink. Actually, I wonder, I could use white paint through a stencil. I haven't done that yet. Maybe we do that just for something different. Do I have anything? I suppose I could just use a brush. Okay, let's do that. Let's find a stencil, and then the only thing is it's going to require a bit of drying time, but if I don't put it on too thick, we should be okay. So white on white, scrapbook paper pen. So no real sort of pattern is jumping out at me for what we want to do on the back. So really it's just up to me what I want to choose. We could go this brick style pattern, which I may or may not have done before. Where is it? It's hiding. We could go this one. Sorry if there's a glare. I hope there's no glare. So we could go that one. I'm actually wondering about these dots. This is what a handmade stencil. These wee dots made with a hole punch. Yeah, I want that one, I think. I think I'm going to go put the brick wall back and go dotty. Let's go dotty. Right, so something underneath it. Let's put it sideways just so it fits on the paper. I'm going to move the prompts up just so I don't end up getting paint on them or anything like that. Would be silly, wouldn't it? Right, a paintbrush. Oh, this one I did not clean properly and it's a bit stuck up with white paint. I did wash it, but obviously not well enough. It's only a cheap brush anyway. I think it will be okay for this. I don't care if I have to end up throwing it away. Okay, so I'm just going to use white acrylic paint, and it's just going to play into that white on white. It is not on white, it's on brown, but it's just, you know, kind of joins in somehow. Right, so a bit of white paint, and how do I want to do my dots? I think just random. I don't want too much paint, so just dipping it in and then taking the majority off so it's reasonably dry. Let's just do some random dots around the place. this is different to using ink. Normally I use ink on the stenciling on these. I need to clean my stencil too. I've gone quiet. I'm in the zone, people, in the zone, just creating. So I guess I should talk a little bit about why I have chosen the card that I have for the suit, for the card in the suit, the Ace of Spades. Well, this is Sunday as I'm recording this, and yesterday hubby and I went out for breakfast, which was super lovely. We were gifted a voucher to have a meal and coffee out, so we went out for breakfast, and then we were going to come home, and as we were pulling out of the car park of the cafe, my dear hubby said to me, do we want to go home? We don't have to go home. And it was like, we could go in and, you know, just have a look around the city, and, you know, just have a, because it was a cold, wet day as well. So like it was, you know, go to some shopping malls where you don't have to worry about being cold and that sort of thing. So it was like, yeah, okay, let's do that. And, oh, when was it? November, no, must have been early December. November or December, I can't remember. Our car failed its warrant, which is, I don't know if other countries have warrants. It's a certification of fitness to be on the road. So it's got to meet certain safety standards and maintenance and that sort of thing. And if you fail it, then you can't legally drive it on the road until it's fixed. So our car failed. We've had the car for 10 years, give or take. And we got a quote for the work that needed to be done to bring it up to standard. And it's quite an expensive car to run because it's quite big. It's like a 6 litre. Not 6 litre. It's a 4 litre, something like that. Anyway, it's expensive to run. Takes a lot of fuel, and we all know fuel is not cheap. So we got the quotes back, and we got quote back for essentially half of the work that needed doing, and that was getting up towards $2,000. And it was kind of like, well, it would be more than that, because that was only part of the work that needed doing. And so it was really, do we spend that money and we're still stuck with those high fuel costs to run it, and potentially whatever else work needed to be done? Or do we say, it's served us well, we love you, but it's time to upgrade, get a new car? And so we decided to get a new car, but we didn't have the money. It's always a story, isn't it? So we decided we'd head into the city and we would have a look at what's available. You know, just have a look. We'd done some online research. We have some savings that we've been putting aside towards getting a new car at some point. And we have the use of my mum's old car in the meantime. So we went looking, not intending on purchasing. Can you see perhaps where this might be going? Didn't intend on purchasing. And guess what we did? We ended up purchasing a car. So we're going to have to pay it off. Like, we couldn't buy it outright, which is fine. Like, you know, that's just real world stuff, isn't it? We're not rich. We've got to pay it off. So we put a deposit down with our savings, and that's all good. We don't get the car until next Saturday. So a week from when we've put the deposit down, we'll pick the car up. And actually, I want to do the A first. Let's do the A. And the car that we're getting, its model name is Spade, as in the suit, Spade. So that's why I've chosen this card, because it's kind of like a celebration of getting our new car, or at least on our way to getting the new car. It'll be so much fun when we go and pick it up. I'd never heard of a spade before. It's a Toyota spade. And we took 3 cars for a test drive. One was I can't remember the name of it. It was pink. It was really cool. We would have been quite happy with that, but in the end the spade won out because it was practical. It was more practical for us, and it's good for mobility because it has a big sliding door and handle to get in and out. So there's only one door on the passenger side, which is a big sliding one. And so yeah, so I'm just kind of celebrating the fact that we've bought a new car. Like, we did not intend on doing that yesterday, but we did, and we're both really happy and excited to get our new car. It's going to be fun, it's going to be good, and it's going to cost way less to run than the car that we've decided we're going to part with. So yeah, we've got to try and sell it as is and get a little bit of money back for it to go towards the new car. Hopefully, that's what we're hoping. So there's my reason why I've chosen this particular card for today's prompt, the Ace of Spades. And we're not telling a lot of people until we actually have the car. So you guys are in on the secret. You'll keep my secret, won't you? You won't go blabbing anywhere. Not that you know where to blab it anyway. I can trust you guys. I know I can. So that is my exciting bit of news. I just like that. I think that's very simple, fun, still write on it, because that's the purpose of these two, is that you can write on them, use them as a journal card. Right, I'm talking so much, I need to have a sip of my tea. Right, let's get going. I think that's dry enough, but just in case, I'm going to put a bit of paper underneath it in case it's not dry, because I don't want to really mess up my mat here any more than it, already gets messed up with glue. So let's look at the prompts. We need patterned inside of an envelope, white on white, and scrapbook paper. So let's patterned envelope. I can do that fairly easily. It's in my scraps here. All right, how about we go with this one? And it has got my address on the back, so I'm just going to tear a bit off, or a few bits off that don't show my address. Actually, I'll just tear my address out the middle. There we go. So those bits are fine. They've got nothing on them. Scrapbook paper. Actually, there might be some also in here. Let's have a wee look. We squiz through. Oh, that's a small scrap. I don't know if I can do anything with that, but no, I think I'm wanting to go for something a bit better than that. So just grabbing out my pad that I keep down beside me. So limited choice, but well, that might be right. It's a scrap too, so that would be good to use something that's a scrap. Quite like those stripes. That may be playing more to the white on white because it's paler. Or that green leaf one. What am I feeling? What's vibing with me? The white trees. That kind of plays into the dots on the back a little bit. That background is whitish. It's not completely white, but it's whitish. Or do I just use the scrap? I'm just going to use the scrap. Decision made. Right, so this will be the scrapbook paper. Put that one aside. How does it work with the blue? We can make it work. We can totally make that work. Okay, let's get going. Let's give this a little straighten out. I love using the inside of envelopes. You know, the ones that are too trashed to use to make something else with. Great for collage, using the inside of them. How about we just do that? Why not? Take my glue stick out. Don't think there's not much left in this one. No, we're down to the plastic. I do have this one sitting ready, so here we go. Brand new glue stick. The back to school sales are starting to happen now, so in car shopping yesterday we also did other shopping. Might do a little show through in another video, just as part of whatever else I'm doing in that video. And I picked up some new glue sticks of this same brand because they were almost half price. Not quite, like 20 cents over being half price, which is a really good price for that brand. And so I picked up a few. I didn't actually need any more, but I know I'll use them. So yeah, so it was a good opportunity just to stock up a few more of the essentials. Right, actually I might leave that until I'm ready, done the whole thing, and then just trim the whole thing. Right, a bit of this across the bottom. We kind of need to go up in the middle, don't we? How am I going to do this? Like that. Just kind of trying to eyeball it very, very roughly. And across there. Something like that. That'll do. Being very rough and ready here, like not being precious at all. So I'm using much more paper than what I need to, but it's all good. It's absolutely fine. This cardboard that I'm using, the pizza box cardboard, is a bit thinner than the other cardboard that I've used, so it'll kind of bring it up once it's done to the similar weight, once it's all collaged up. So not worried about it being too heavy or thick. There we go. So this is a base. We're not hitting the white on white yet. Right, let's trim around this. It's going to make my scissors all gluey. Around the curves. So I'm already starting to see some people's response to the Masterbuild Challenge, which is super fun. Really love seeing what people are doing with it and how they're interpreting it, and just the different looks and different within the prompts. That there's 2 prompts for the Masterboard Challenge, seeing how those 2 play out, and always so individual. I think this paint will be dry by now, so we can probably dispense with that backing paper, and it's all gluey as well because this overhang stuck to it. Gosh, my words are coming out a bit higgledy-piggledy right now. It's funny, you take a few days off from filming and suddenly it's like you can't even talk. Mind you, you'd probably argue that that's me normally anyway. And I would say that would be a fair comment. And now my nose wants to drip. What is with that? Craziness. Mind you, I was under a very cold air conditioner this morning. I was frozen, and it's not a cold day. I was so frozen. After church I went and stood out in the sun and just draped myself over the hood of the car and soaked up the sun. It was so good. And I'm just hoping I haven't sort of got any chill from that air conditioner. Right, so far so good. Let's dispense with these scraps. Put them in my scrap bag, I think. Get them out my way. So, white on white, we need to address that now. So we've done the patterned envelope, we can put that one aside. Just white on white to go, and then some sort of focal. Right. I do have this shiny white card. It's getting a bit bent up and dirty, so probably need to actually do something with it. Actually, I've got an idea. Where have I put them? Sorry about the squeaky chair. I've got a bunch of these like decorative scissors. How about this one? This one's quite fun. It's called Jigsaw. And it's kind of like a postage stamp. Kind of. Let's go here. I've had this white card hanging around for so long. Let's start using it. Oops, that was a bit munchy. It's probably not liking the card stock so much, but never mind, let's keep going. Definitely likes it closer to this end than the tip of the scissors. Right, made it across. And it's like this end's cleaner, but this kind of sits right in the middle, this messy bit. That's all right, we'll go with it. Just thinking I want a strip. Just a fun decorative touch. Something a little different. So this is not so much the postage stamp one, but this one, the negative of it is more, reminds me of the postage stamp anyway. So I could go across the middle or vertically. I like it vertically, I think, but I'm just a bit annoyed that that was a bit munchy. So let's see if I can clean that up. Yeah, I can clean it up a little bit. Won't be perfect, but I think I can live with it if I clean it up a little bit. And it might end up being covered by something anyway, because we've got to do white on white, which means more than one thing that's white. It has to be something white on top of something white to meet the prompt. And at least that's my interpretation. Right, so that's a little bit better. I think I'll definitely cover it with something though. Right, let's trim that bit off. And this is cardstock, light cardstock, but it is cardstock, so I'm going to use tacky glue. There we go. It's going to go onto all the points too to make sure they stick down. So it takes a little bit longer to glue, but just bear with me. So I'm really looking forward to this year and can't wait to get back into the swing of things, you know, get my routine going. I feel like I'm still not in my normal routine. It's still a bit messy and I don't like that. I like my routine. I guess I'm a creature of habit in many ways, but a creature of habit in a good way, I believe. I just like the flow of when I know when I need to do things and when I can have a bit of time to do what I whatever I want to, you know, and don't have a commitment or something. So I make sure my schedule allows me that time, usually at the end of the week. And I did have Friday out, so I had all day Friday out, all day Saturday out, and this is Sunday, so I feel kind of, yeah, like I haven't been present so much. Okay, happy with that. I'm wondering about a little bit of white lace. If I've got a bit of white lace in here, there's a bit of ribbon, but it's actually not white. Probably just my luck, there's no white lace in here. No, that's not white. That's white, but it's very small. That's white with coloured edging. It's a possibility if we just want a little bit. I feel like the colour's not hitting the mark for me to meet the prompt. What else have we got here? About this. Is it white? On its own it looks white. Is it just grubby? It's probably just grubby. It's some I got from a junk shop. We could put that there. I like that. Let's go with that. Doesn't matter if it's not perfectly white. So it's white enough. I think I'll just cut it there and I'll trim off the excess afterwards. Keep that bit out for now. You never know, might end up using it or not. I'm going to use my alcohol glue to glue on the lace. So I'm just going to go about there because I need to cover over the munching. I'm not happy with how it looks, so let's disguise it. I'm not sure exactly where I need to glue on the other side, but we'll just put it down there. Not sure what the right or wrong side is. I think that way around. Probably should have put it the other way because there is like a blue mark or something. A few grubby marks. That's all right. We can disguise those as well. Just keep layering. This reminds me of Dory. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Oh, just keep layering. Oh, I've got an issue here. Just keep layering. If you have seen the movie Finding Nemo, dear little Dory is so cute. Voiced by Ellen DeGeneres, I believe that's correct. It's so long since I've actually watched the movie. I've got white paint on me. Do we want to put this little snippet somewhere? Oh, we could do a little like, oh, I like that. And that there's a black or dark mark here, and that would actually cover that over. See, just disguising issues. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense, but I like it. Which side up? Yep, I think that's okay. Sometimes I think it doesn't really matter. Just choose whichever side you like best on the lace. And sometimes I think I actually choose the wrong side because I actually like the detail of the wrong side better. But I'm not actually sure what the correct, true right or wrong side is. It's half the problem, I guess. So I just choose the one often that's got more detail in it, and I think it's actually the wrong side. I have a feeling. I don't know for sure, but I suspect it is the wrong side, not the right side. Right, so this has definitely got a direction. That's the top, and doing the stamping here alternate ways, like a real card, so it doesn't matter which way up you look at it. But on the front, there's definitely a direction. Right, do I want anything else white? Got a bit of webbing here. No, Not feeling that. It's another sip of tea while I think. I don't think I've got any white die cuts, which would have been quite cool, just to put a white die cut. I mean, I've done enough white on white. If that's all the white that I did, that would be fine. I've got 3 elements. Actually, I should take the rest of that white glossy card and turn it into die cuts, I think. Maybe I need to have a session doing that. No, nothing in my die cuts is in the ones I've already made. Just having a wee fossick. Bear with me. No, nothing is jumping out and going, pick me. Pick me. I'm what you need. Right, I've got some die cuts in here as well, different ones. Don't think there's anything in here. Got some black ones. Could use a black one. It's actually charcoal, it's not black, but it's a sunflower or a rose. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Either one of those would work. Doesn't matter that they're not white, because we've already got our white on white. Or we've got like a book page flower or flowers. So, have I got any more with the orange in the middle? Plenty with yellow in the middle. Pink, blue, blue. Oh, there's a little orange one. Because I think, you know, this is orangey, so I'm thinking the orange. Can I find another orange one? No, more yellow. Purple. Purple. Oh, here we go. Here's another orange one. I like that. I think I'm going to go with that. Also because even though it's not white, they're neutral book pages. I feel it matches in with this. I don't know. It just, to me it works. Don't know if you agree. That's fine. This is just what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to put these 3 on. And then maybe a label or something just up in here. Just to complete it. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, I don't want it. Don't want the text all to go this way. I want to give it some interest. This one's got a lot of layers on the flowers. Put it over a bit that way, and so I did like those die cuts of the rose or the sunflower, but I think these tie in just a little bit better. And a little bit of sparkle with the glitter sand in the middle is not a bad thing. I might have to go in with the alcohol glue on that one. I'm not sure it's going to stick as well to the lace. This one seems okay because it's got bigger surface area to stick, but this one might need, we'll see, might be okay. Okay, so I think it definitely needs something over here. And in honour of the new car, I'm thinking something like new, or so I'm going to go to my words from Junk Journal Studio out of Spring Bounty, and there's some white words in here. Like, is there anything like, well, hope. I hope the new car lasts us a long time without any issues. Springtime, hopeful, happiness. Happiness might work. Yeah, it was all afternoon yesterday after we'd decided on to buy the car. It was like, I can't believe we've just bought a car. Like, we hadn't intended to do that right now. We were just gonna look and assess options and stuff, and yeah, joyful, could go joyful, optimism, glee, lots of options, isn't there? Fulfilled, bird watching, maybe not. Enthusiasm, great words, aren't they? This is the one I was actually after, new beginnings. That's the one. I knew there was a new beginnings. I just wasn't sure if I'd already used it on something. So any of these words would be great, but new beginnings is what I was kind of after. Yes. Joyful new beginnings. We could do two, couldn't we? Like that. That'd be different, doing two words. Let's do it. Sold. Just trying to work out which way to put my lid on my box. It only works one way round. Yeah. It's a lovely little box, but it annoys me that you can only put the lid on a certain direction. Right. Do I want to ink them? I haven't inked anything yet, but I do think I want to. Let's go ahead and do that. I should have inked before I put the lace on, but never mind. It is what it is. We'll just dirty up the edge of that lace. No biggie. Just give it a quick little ink around. I'm using Vintage Photo. Doesn't show up as much on the scrapbook paper by comparison. And I need to do the back as well. So it doesn't take long. Just whip around it. I'm wondering whether I need to get a re-inker for my Vintage Photo. I've never re-inked it. It's like, might be getting to the stage where I might need to think about that. And I might not have to work so hard to ink things. Right. Let's ink around our words. Oh man, I find that white paint on my fingers very, very distracting. That one and this one. There we go. I should also get a darker ink, I think, like a walnut stain or something. It's for those times when you just really want a really nice dark edge. I think that might be my next on my want list. So I've got a bit of Christmas money. I might have to just do a little bit of shopping. I did do a bit of online shopping in a sale, online supplier, craft supply that was having a sale, 50% off. So, but I was late in the game. It had been running since before Christmas. So there wasn't a lot left. And so I just picked up a few pieces, a few ink sprays and a dark green ink pad with some of my Christmas money. because I thought, you know, half price. It's a good deal. Good deal indeed. Right. Joyful New Beginnings. How's that? I think that just works a treat for moving on to a new vehicle. Super fun, super exciting, isn't it, when you get, especially a big purchase, like it's a major purchase to get a vehicle. It's not a brand new car, it's just new to us. But it's got low Ks and yeah, it's going to be good, I think. Okay, there we go. There is my card. So we have got white on white with this card and then the laces. We have patterned inside of an envelope on the back here. We have scrapbook paper and we have the Ace of Spades. Voila. And then if you don't want to make a faux card, there is the option to use these prompts. So scrapbook paper, patterned inside of an envelope and white on white to create a masterboard, which would actually be really fun, I think, using those prompts. Totally doable. Like, go for the challenge, guys. Just jump in and have some fun. Have a little bit of playtime. Okay, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give it a go. Take care. Have a fantastic week coming up. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.